Please welcome back to the stage North Carolina Rural Center President Patrick Woodie.
Well, that was fantastic. So let's have another big round of applause for Alan, Sarah, Molly, and Johnny. The work you and your fellow community members are doing in Burke County is an inspiration for everybody in this room, and we really appreciate you getting up with the chickens this morning, Johnny, and being with us here today to share that very unique story. I also want to take a moment to recognize all of our Rural Center staff. Would the staff of the Rural Center please stand up? I'm so fortunate, and all of us at the center feel the same way, to be working with a group of people who really believe in our mission and in the work that we have to do. Their dedication is unmatched, and every single one of them is a very important cog in the wheel of putting together an event like these last 2 days. What I hope you have heard here over these 2 days are examples of rural places embracing creativity to address the vexing problems facing their communities, and in identifying the local assets that make those places special and unique. At the heart of most vibrant communities is a willingness to think outside of the box, to engage all community members in meaningful ways, to value investments today that may not yield a return until much later. We at the Rural Center are taking this call to creativity, to innovative thinking to heart. We hope you have seen that in our approach to this year's Rural Assembly. To be honest, we got out of our comfort zone for this year's event, out of the business as usual mindset, and tried to reimagine how a conference on rural economic development might be structured differently. And from what we've heard from you all, you have enjoyed it. The result is more than just a rock band or a giant fox writing poetry. It is and I'm convinced that fox can somehow just look into your soul. I don't know quite how he did it. It is a commitment to bold and daring thinking. It is a willingness to not think rural equates with the past or that's the way things have always been done mindset. If nothing else, I hope the stories you heard on this stage and in each of the breakout sessions is a reminder that rural communities and their leaders across the state and nation are not sitting around waiting for someone to build a future for them and their communities. They have instead looked around at each other, at their neighbors across their communities, with a mindset and determination that says, what can we be and how can we be the best we can be? As we enter our 33rd year, the Rural Center exists as the only statewide organization exclusively focused on improving the quality of life of every rural North Carolinians and the communities that they call home. And we take this responsibility very seriously. Our role over these 33 years boils down to essentially three big things: to connect, to convene, and to promote collaboration. We strive to connect our rural communities to each other and to the resources they need to advance their center of the universe. We actively seek to convene rural leadership and communities to form a united voice for the things that matter most to rural North Carolina. And we constantly seek ways to promote collaboration among our rural communities and across the boundaries of politics, geography, and sector. In order to fulfill our mission to you, it's also our job to listen, and listen we have. So I leave you with a few promises from us to you. At Rural Day 2018, we announced the launch of Thread Capital, the Rural Center's lending subsidiary. We promised you we would increase our direct lending by 500% over 5 years. And I'm pleased to tell you today that we're on schedule to fulfill that promise. And we're looking to go much further. Rural Day will return on June 16th, 2020, following up on last year's Rural Day, which was the largest single event in the history of the Rural Center. We will turn our attention to giving you the time and space needed for you to speak directly to your elected Raleigh leadership during next year's short legislative session. And at Rural Day 2020, we promise another big announcement aimed at positioning the Rural Center for the fulfillment of our mission in a new era of rural civic engagement. We at the Rural Center know that now more than ever, our rural people and places need to be speaking with a more unified voice and working together across county lines and city limits to work in partnership with each other, regardless of whether your rural is the far west, the far east, or somewhere in the middle. I cannot wait to share with you our new vision at Rural Day 2020. I hope to see each and every one of you again in June back here in Raleigh. I hope to see you in your community a lot sooner than that. And finally, thank you. Thank you for giving us your time over these past 2 days. You're the reason we exist. You inspire our work, you motivate us to do better for our state's rural places and to do better for you. We cannot wait to see how each of you will make your place today, tomorrow, and for the next generation yet to come. Thank you, and safe travels.